The sea covers over 2/3 of the planet's surface. Yet we know more about space and the universe than we do about our own oceans. Between the states of Connecticut and New York is the Long Island Sound, a naturally protected channel into New York City used for over hundreds of years. The Sound's rich maritime history has played a significant role in the growth of our country. Join us as we explore its unsung residents and its forgotten history. Hello everybody, this is Captain Dennis of Squalus Marine Divers. Today we're diving on a boat called the Moontide, and we're going across the Sound to check out a wreck called the Glen Island. We're diving with Captain Mike's Diving in City Island, New York, and he brought us over here to check out a cool steamship that sank in December of 1904. And this was a big paddle wheeler, and I'm really excited because the sonar looked interesting. So let's see what we can see. Down on the bottom, we dropped the anchor pretty close to wreckage, but I don't think you could miss wreckage down here. Right next to the anchor, you can see a big brass spike, and that thing is in there. That is not going anywhere. I don't know how long that spike is, but it was probably used to hold the ribs of the ship together. Here we got a horseshoe crab who's up against one of the ribs, and right here you can see another one of those spikes. These things are rock solid. Here we have a bottle, which is more than likely evidence of a fishing spot. Not saying that fishermen drink, isn't it? Yeah. And here we have another piece of fishing evidence. It's like a chum pot. One of those ones that open when they get down to the bottom. And we're going to work into more of the wreckage. And there's a little bit of current down here. Here you can see some copper sheathing, which was more than likely used to protect the hull of the ship. See that green color? It's pretty indicative of copper. Let's see if I could show you. I thought this was a cleat at first, but it's just those spikes, which I guess this ship was pretty well built, because these guys ain't budging. They are in there good. You can see that a lot of guys fish this site. Better look at those spikes again. Got another bottle. These just look like modern day beer bottles or soda bottles. Not saying everybody's a drunk. Well, this bottle looks a little different. I mean, it's a piece, but now we're getting into more wreckage. And this guy's a little eel hiding underneath. See a lot more copper. This copper was put on the hull of the ship to protect it from corrosion. It's pretty interesting that ships like this are sitting in such shallow water, and very few people are aware of their presence. Oh, another bottle. Now we're moving further west, and we come across this, which is a kind of a homemade grapple hook. I guess fishermen might have used this to locate the wreck and fish on it, keep their boat steady, but this one's a little worse for wear. Here we have a horseshoe crab shell, but it's sliced, so it's possible that somebody might have used this for bait. It's a great bait for whelks or scongeal. You can see some of the wood, and we're getting into some more thicker wreckage here. A lot more substantial than what we were at before. Here we have some coal, which of course powered the steamships. Another bottle. This one's a little bit bigger. And here we are against the side of the ship. Well, at least a chunk of it. We're going to look underneath it, see if we can see anything. There's some fishies, but that's about it. Not much underneath the side of the boat. Another strange piece. Oh, look at this thing was strange. I thought it was something, and then I realized it was a dead eel. Yes, that was a dead eel. That was not something interesting. Well, I guess it depends on what you find interesting. But it was a dead eel, so yeah, that was great. Now this structure caught my eye, and I'm not 100% sure, but if I had to guess, I'd say this was one of the boilers. It's round on one end. It's pretty much half buried in the ground. And if you look on the top, you can see all these pipes that run the whole length of the cylinder. And I think it might be a boiler that the outside housing fell off or rotted away. So it's possible it's a boiler. Now here we have a scongeal trap that's been down here for a while, judging by all the growth on it. And that also explains that cut horseshoe crab shell that we saw. It's a great bait for these. Apparently these snails just love it. Now this piece is kind of coming straight up, and it's got a poor wayward spider crab caught up in some monofilament and the line for the scongeal trap. Well, it's definitely this spider crab's lucky day, because I happen to find him. So we're gonna cut him loose. Trying to do this with one hand, folks, so bear with me. Got one more piece kind of tied up here, and he is free to go. You are lucky, young man. Now you stay away from that fishing line. If we didn't come by, who knows? So we're just going to reach over here and untangle the scongeal trap. Try and get that fisherman his gear back. But thank you again for diving with us. We pretty much reached the end of our dive. We look forward to seeing you more at squalusmarine.com. And thank you again to Captain Mike's Diving in City Island, New York. Until next time, I'm Captain Dennis.